I think I think Tyson's coming for blood.
Let me tell you something, man.
Not you, blood. I mean blood. Not you, blood.
Tyson going all out.
Death on earth right now. He's in hell. This man should be in hell. He's horrible. He is financially ruined. He's emotionally ruined. Someone should reach down his neck. I wish he would die a slow, painful death. No, you know what? He's living his death on earth right now.
All right, what's going on, everybody? We are live right now. I'm being joined by the one and the only Blood Boxing. Talk about it. Prime Mike Tyson. This is at their best. Like Tyson at his best, Ali at his best. Whatever you define that as. Hey, Blood, who wins that fight in your opinion, man?
With Ali versus Tyson?
Yep.
At their very best, I'll give it to Ali because he also had the mental edge too. And a prime Ali is the mid-60s version of Ali, who fought Cleveland Williams, Foley, and them guys. Okay, so the Ali right before he was on Exile, that's the Ali right there. That's in his prime. Okay, now that guy right there versus Mike Tyson, who's in his prime. I think Mike Tyson's prime peak is probably the Terrell Biggs fight, okay? Because after that, he stopped. I mean, he was still kind of peaking in 89 because other fighters were just scared shitless of him, like Carl Williams and Michael Spinks. They didn't really bring much to the table. But I think because Ali had the mental edge, he would have been fucking with Tyson at the presses and everything. I think he would have kept Tyson at the end of that jab. And you got to remember the Ali from the 1960s then, rope-a-dope. He would have been on his toes. He would have been able to deal with that. He would have had the footwork to deal with that peekaboo style. Don't get me wrong. Mike Tyson would have hurt him on a few occasions. But you got to remember Ali had one of the best chins. He took punches from Ronnie Lyle and George Foreman. And, a lot of big punchers cross Ali's path. Ernest Shavers. Big-time punches. You never seen Ali knock cold. And I don't think it would have been any different for Mike Tyson. I would favor Ali to win that fight. I'm not sure if he would take out Mike Tyson, but I think he would definitely win that fight, though. But you have to have a 60s version of Ali.
Okay. All right. And what do you think, EJ? Let's get a UK perspective here. Who wins this fight?
Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time, either old, new, however you want it. So let's do the Ali at his prime. When Ali was at his prime, the footwork, speed, mentality. That guy was too fast for Mike Tyson. Even though Mike Tyson, you got you got to think about it, right? A lot of fighters, especially, they're very good on offense, yeah. But how you credit a fighters on their defense now. Tyson wasn't going to hit. He's going to get hit a lot with Ali. And as you see with most guys, when they get hit, they don't like it, tasting their own blood. Ali don't mind that. And he keep talking, putting that jab on him. Let's talk to the Mike Tyson who fought George Foreman, right? The rope-a-dope. He still beats Mike Tyson because if you look at it, right, when Mike Tyson's throwing the punches, Ali's rolling some, catching some, rolling some. Mike Tyson would have punched himself out, and Ali would have been uppercutting him every now and again, straight right. Got off the ropes, he would have still beat him. However, because he's mentally tougher than Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is a very good on-top fighter. But if you look at Mike Tyson, and then you can look in his history, how many times did he win when he was coming from behind? When he was cut up and blooded up? You know what I mean? Ali can come back from any position you want. Off the floor, if you cut him, if you break his jaw. Remember the 15 rounds he's going, yeah? He's too mentally strong for Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is a very good on top, come forward. He looked great when he's putting the ass whipping to you. But when he's taking the ass whipping, bro, he ain't the best, bro. And usually he kind of looks his way out. So I got Ali, however you want it. I got Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time.
And then the man. You want to be the devil's advocate, or you kind of feeling the same?
You know what? I have to admit, I have to feel the same because let me just say this. I agree with G Funky in the chat. Mike Tyson, most of his prime wins came from intimidation and psychology because all the opponents that before the first bell rang, Mike Tyson already beaten them because they were already afraid. They just wanted to get out of there and get out of there alive and collect their paycheck and go home. That's what most of those fighters do. But the moment that you had somebody out there that wasn't afraid of you, that was coming there to win, and they were going to come in to hurt you, that's when Mike Tyson folded, and that's when he kind of lost his intimidation factor, his aura, as you want to call it, his mental edge over his opponents. It can, you could cite Buster Douglas. That's one thing. I get it, because you can also include the fact that Tyson didn't properly train for that fight. He didn't take his opponent seriously. I get all that. But I think the real reason, I think the true situation where Tyson kind of crumbled and he wasn't quite the same fighter physically in a way, or even mentally, was the Razor Ruddock fight. So those were the two fights I think that took a lot out of Mike Tyson. Because yes, he knocked down Ruddock. He stopped in the first fight. It was controversial. I get it. But I think when Mike Tyson finally fought someone who wasn't afraid with him, who wasn't afraid to punch him back and wasn't afraid to try to knock him out, that's when he wasn't the same fighter mentally. And so with that said, Muhammad Ali, a prime Ali, especially a guy who was beating the Sonny Listons and the Archie Moores and the Jug Jones, that version of Ali, or Cassius Clay, as you want to call it, that version of Ali would have smoked Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson would, I think, in my view, would have had no chance in that fight. I'm just being honest. I don't think his handlers would even put him near Ali, and that version of Ali, to be honest with you. Now, the one who spent 4 years of his in jail and lost 4 years of his prime, that version of Ali would have beaten him too. Now, would Mike Tyson wouldn't have had no success against him? Of course not. I mean, of course he would have. He would have had success against that version of Ali, but he still would have lost. Because again, it goes back to my point. My point is that if you put somebody in there against Tyson who's not afraid to punch with him, who's not intimidated by him, who's coming there to win against him, that's when Tyson folds. That's when he's not at his best, and that's when he struggles, and that's when he collapsed. And we saw that against Vander Holyfield, because that was it for him when he couldn't get his way with Holyfield. So yeah, my prediction goes to Ali. That's all I got to say.
Hey Dan, do you remember? Or any of y'all? Do any of y'all remember the fourth round of that Mike Tyson Larry Holmes fight right at the beginning when Larry Holmes was on his toes and shit? Yeah. Like, imagine if the 78 version of Larry Holmes would have been able to do that the whole fight, and he kept timing Mike Tyson with the uppercut. Y'all remember?
Oh yeah,
remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Let me say this. Let me say this.
And
man.
He gave him trouble as an old ass man. You know.
He did.
Go ahead. Let me. Sorry, G-Style.
That's all good. Shout out to the liquor spot, Miss Boxing on here. How's it going? Check it out. All right. Hey, the eyes are the windows to the soul. Okay, Mike Tyson, all right, has admitted, and Teddy Atlas has confirmed this, or I believe Teddy Atlas said this, but this dude was so insecure he'd be crying before a fight, and Teddy had to console him and give him a confidence boost, like a little pep talk to believe in himself. Like when this dude was fighting, bro. Let me just tell you guys something. Ali was gonna look in this dude's eyes, and he was gonna see that. He was gonna sense that. I don't care what anybody says, and I get the arguments. No, Batista, Customato developed a style with Tyson made to beat the style of Ali. I don't give a shit, because when it comes down to it, he might have beaten so-called prototypes, dudes that kind of mimicked Ali, but they weren't Ali. Just like a lot of dudes mimicking Mayweather and his defense aren't Mayweather. All right, it's just the way it is.
Customato failed because he had Floyd Patterson. Okay, and not only that, when Ali was on exile, he went over to Customato's house, and Customato said that he was the greatest thing he ever. I think he tried to tell him that Rocky Marciano would give you some problems. You guys remember that? I know Dan and EJ both saw the documentary where Customato was spending time with Mike Tyson, and they were sparring and all kind of stuff like that. He was trying to break down the style and all that kind of shit. But he had Floyd Patterson, and Floyd Patterson failed.
But I have to take on this one. I'm going to take it on the chin. I have the opposite opinion of you guys. Everybody in here seems to agree that a prime Ali, and first of all, I want you guys to decide as a collective, who is the prime Ali? Is it the Cleveland Williams Ali? Is it the Sonny Liston? Which one?
Well, that's the same Ali that was the same prime Ali that fought both of them.
Williams, Ali.
Which one? Which is the best of the best of the best?
Let's go. You know what? I think both of them beat Tyson. It's irrelevant to me, but sure, let's take the Cleveland Williams one.
Just pick one though.
All right.
The one who beat the one who beat Sonny Liston.
What's that?
It's a 2-year difference.
It's a 2-year difference. But which one do you think was the absolute best?
The one who beat Sonny Liston. The one who beat Sonny Liston, bro. Because Sonny
Liston 1 or 2.
What?
I think he was better when he fought Cleveland Williams because he was more developed by 66.
I
agree with you, but see, Sonny Liston
Williams. But
go ahead, but
that's my personal
Sonny Liston was dangerous.
I'll let you guys pick.
No, okay, but either way, go ahead, Blood. You pick.
Like, make your case, bro. Make your case. Go ahead.
Liston 1 or 2.
Cleveland Williams, he was 24 years old. Most people are better at 24 than when they're at 22. He weighed a little bit more for the I think he weighed 212. He might have weighed 212 for both of those fights. All
right, let's do Sonny Liston. Cleveland Williams. Let's do Cleveland Williams. Go ahead.
All right, Cleveland Williams. The dancing Ali, the guy who couldn't be touched. He moved so fast, no one could touch him. But you got to remember how fast Mike Tyson was. Now, which Mike Tyson are we talking about? Spinks, Holmes, Berbick? Which one?
You tell us.
You tell us, bro. You
all
pick.
Right, let's take the Spinks.
Okay.
That guy who came in. Now, you think that guy who came in with the sounds of chains and lightning and scared the crap out of Michael Spinks, who was a great champion. You think that guy's gonna be intimidated by a skinny ass freaking Ali who's talking?
How long was Spinks out the ring when he was coming into that fight? He was out the ring for a while though.
The answer is yes, but yeah.
You think he would be intimidated, but that guy who walked in that
Ali
ring
was an insecure guy, bro. He would cry before fights, dude.
Ali was insecure too. He almost had a heart attack in the weigh-in for this.
No, that's what the people reported. No, that's what people reported. He was.
They took his blood pressure. Hang on, I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, but the facts are the facts.
The pressure, so his blood pressure
facts are the facts. They had a weigh-in. They took his blood pressure.
No one's getting offended, bro. It's okay to make your point.
Okay, I'm not trying. I'm just trying to look. Everybody agrees except for me, so I'm just trying to make my point.
Listen, worse in my opinion, because he was a little bit bigger. He had developed around 7 pounds more of natural growth. He was more grown man when he fought Cleveland Williams. Okay, he still had all his speed. He still had all his reflexes.
You got to remember, Blood, that Tyson was younger. Tyson was younger when he beat Spinks.
When Tyson beat Spinks, Tyson was 20 when he beat Berbick. Okay, when he beat Berbick, he was 20, and that was 1986. So when he fought Spinks, he probably was about 23 when he fought Spinks. Ali was 22 when he fought Liston. He was about 24 when he fought
So Tyson was younger.
What's that?
Tyson
ready. Because Ali, I mean, look. Ali was fighting guys already that had power at 5'10", 5'11", and Ali was having success against these guys. Now, was he having, with Frazier and all that? Yeah, it was tough and all that, but the layoff and everything. I don't know, man.
He got beat by Frazier, but that was later on.
That was later on. I just think, though, Mike had a lot of issues before he started really stepping up and before we started seeing whether or not he could handle the pressure if you bullied him back. I think Ali would have bullied him back.
Look, bro, that English dude knocked Ali down and almost had him out, and they had to cheat to win.
It's all Henry Cooper.
He was out of Henry Cooper. He was out of Henry Cooper, man. Henry Cooper got a lucky punch at the end of the round.
Hey, but if Henry Cooper could get that in, Henry Cooper got that in.
But hold on.
Henry Cooper got that in.
Habitat. Did he get up though? Habitat. Did he get up though? Habitat. Did he get up though? Did he lay on the ground? Or did he beat the count?
He got up, but they had to cut
so if he beat the count, If he beat the count and they go to the corner and they rip the gloves and that to make him recover. But he beat the count though. He didn't lay on the ground
cheating, though. Cheating, bro. That's admitted.
Bro. Hey, listen, Ali.
Let me ask you something.
Tyson used to elbow people, bro. Tyson used to elbow people and headbutt people. So ain't that cheating?
There's no proof of that.
What? What are you talking about? Where's the
proof? Did he ever get
what's that thing? What's the referee against Larry Holmes?
Did he ever get deducted a point?
Cappuccino warned him. Knock it off, Mike. Hold on. Cappuccino warned him against Larry Holmes. Come on, man.
You guys are talking over each other.
Warning is different.
Yo, hold up. Frank Cappuccino against Larry Holmes. He said, knock it off, Mike. Knock it off, because Mike used to throw through the hooks. He used to follow through the elbow. Mike knows the using his head, bro. Like everyone knows that. So
bro, if
we were talking about the pro game,
and the elbow happens to go through.
Oh, come on,
that's not cheating.
Anyway, let's go back. Let's go back to the.
Let me ask you something, Apple Type.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you something, Apple Type. What is the prime version of Mike Tyson then? Who do you think is the best version of Mike Tyson and Ali?
I don't know.
The one that bit Holyfield's ear.
I'm going with the Spinks one because I think he was the mentally strongest in that fight.
Can I ask Haplo? I know you're alone on this one, man, pretty much. But let me ask you this question.
Look, I'm out here in the win, bros. Like I'm
you're telling me like
everybody.
James Smith.
EJ could respect that.
Hey, let me ask Haplo a question. So Haplo. So if you're right, you're right to believe that Mike Tyson would have beaten Muhammad Ali. But honestly, do you actually believe that, given the fact that Tyson couldn't beat a man who had heart condition problems, who had to retire and come back, and he was an underdog in a 15 or 25-1 situation and knock him out, destroy him pretty much in that first fight, naming Evander Holyfield? If he couldn't handle him, who was way past his best, way past his prime, what makes you think he can handle a prime Muhammad Ali?
That's not the Tyson I'm talking about, bro.
Well, that Tyson, I understand that, but that Tyson
from.
I'm talking about this.
You're talking about the Tyson from late '89, though. You're talking about the Mike Tyson who fought Carl Williams, who was afraid of him. Okay, and then a few months later, he got in the ring against Buster Douglas and got knocked the fuck out. So you're saying that he was in the prime within 7 months before he got knocked out by Buster Douglas.
But that's like me saying the Ali that lost to Leon Spinks.
But Mike wasn't proving that.
Like,
yeah,
what?
Mike was going off and scaring everybody.
Whoa. Let Haplo Type finish his point. So that way we're talking over each other.
Because, I mean, you guys are going off topic. We're talking about prime versus prime. We said the Williams.
Right.
The Williams, the Williams Ali versus the Spinks Tyson. To me, that Spinks Tyson was mentally strong. That guy could not have been shaken by Ali's little, rhymes and his little games and everything. He would have.
So then, what happened in 7 months with Buster Douglas? If he was mentally strong, what happened with his 7 months with Buster Douglas?
But that's what happened to Ali versus Burbick or Leon Spinks? Like, what happened?
Wait, that's a past prime Ali. Wait, hold up, Haplo. We're talking about prime for prime here. That's what we're talking about. But let me ask you this.
Exactly.
I understand that.
We went a year. You went 10 years, bro. Come on.
Yo, 100%. Man. Yo, 100%.
It's a pleasure to be on here with you guys. Although it's never a fun position, as EJ knows.
Appetite. Before Dan answers this question, appetite. You see. So you're talking about Mike Tyson. The reason why Mike Tyson, is because he knew he was fighting a lame duck in Spinks. Spinks wasn't the same guy. So Mike Tyson
was saying Spinks was the real champ.
No. Hey, listen. You know that Spinks wasn't the same guy he was facing, bro. Spinks had knee injuries. He was coming to fight. They knew that he was going to knock. They knew that Mike Tyson was going to beat him. What we're talking about is when you see Mike Tyson a fight that when he had to fight a guy that was tough, you saw what Mike Tyson used to break down. If he's going to fight Ali,
he didn't break down against
Ali would have found a way. Ali would have found a way to win. Ali would have found a way to win. How many times you see Mike Tyson get up and win by being knocked down? Answer that question.
Win by being knocked out.
Yeah. When knocked down.
How can anybody be possibly win by
knocked down?
Knocked out?
Yeah, I didn't say knocked down. I said knocked down. I said knocked
No,
down,
you said
bro.
knocked out.
No, I didn't. I said knocked down.
But
All right,
Apple,
we
either
need
way,
an
you
instant
know,
replay.
Answer the question,
We
Appetite.
need an instant replay.
Answer the Appetite. Answer the question. Appetite. Answer the question. How many fights did Mike Tyson win when he's coming off the canvas?
Let me add a caveat to that, Apple, before you answer the question.
He ain't gonna answer the question. He's getting away with it, you know. These stars. He's getting away with it.
Let me add a caveat to your point, EJ. Okay.
How many times did Ali win after he got knocked out?
Chill. Hold on.
None, because once you get knocked out, you're knocked out.
Yo, listen to me. I'm gonna say something, and you're gonna answer. Hold on. All right.
Okay.
When has not just EJ's question, but when have you ever in Tyson's entire career seen him like down on the card, knocked down, being in a place where he has to come back from behind and win the fight? When did you ever see Tyson do that?
What relevance does that have to the discussion?
So the answer by default is you never seen that, right?
I'd have to think about it, but I don't think that's relevant to this discussion.
Wait, Haplo, you cited the reason.
Hang on, can I finish? The Tyson
go ahead.
that I'm talking about never got in trouble.
Appetite. What we're trying to say is that if Mike Tyson fought Ali, there's going to be a point maybe Ali gets
doesn't
down.
have the power to get him in trouble like that.
All right.
Go ahead, AJ. Go ahead.
No, what I'm trying to say to you, if you're talking about a proper fight with two greats in their prime, someone's going to hit the deck, yeah? But we know our guy has been through all kinds of things. He'll come up to beat.
But he never won after hitting the deck.
But you see, the thing is, you're watching Mike Tyson when he's going against guys.
He won after hitting
the deck. Let me get out what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is the guy I like Mike Tyson, I like Ali, but you're looking at a guy who knew he was going to win, but Mike Tyson, you've never put him in a situation against that guy. This is an all-time great, and you put Mike Tyson against all-time greats. How many success? Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield. It doesn't look that good, bro. You talk about Muhammad Ali.
Okay, now you're going.
You talk about Muhammad Ali. I know you talk about Prime. I understand about Prime, yeah. But what I'm saying to say to you is that you're talking about Muhammad. You're talking about Muhammad Ali versus Ali in a dream match. Appetite. You're gonna be finished, right? You're talking about a dream match, yeah.
I promise you're gonna get to respond, Haplo, but you gotta let
Appetite. You're talking about a dream match. You're talking about a dream match, so you're talking about circumstances in the fight, which may or may happen. But we know that our guy, even at that point, yeah, has been through stuff that he can endure. Sonny Liston, even the Cleveland Williams, he fought Sonny Liston. Now, who's more feared at that time, Sonny Liston or Mike Tyson? If he beat Sonny Liston when he was in his 20s, and he's older now when he fought Cleveland Williams, Mike Tyson ain't got nothing on Sonny Liston at that time. He hasn't. Sonny Liston is the most feared puncher in boxing history, and Muhammad Ali, and he dealt with him. So there's no way he's worried about bloody Mike Tyson. He's got short arms. He ain't worried about that, bro. He's seen someone. Sonny Liston is fit. That's what I'm saying.
As you know, as a boxing trainer, EJ, long arms and short arms can both be used as an advantage. And the way that Tyson fought was designed to negate people with long arms. So all that jabbing and moving would have been negated by the foot speed and getting inside and shifting yourself from side to side, and you're hitting here and then you bounce over here and then you hit there, boom, 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 combos inside, uppercuts. Ali couldn't handle it from Frazier, so why could he handle it from Mike Tyson, who was way faster and arguably had more power?
But this was the Ali after the long layoff due to the suspension.
But Tyson fighting, guys like what's his name, Lennox Lewis and shit. That was way later. So I mean, I just don't see the comparison. If we're talking about prime for prime, the Tyson that came in against Spence was mentally strong. Let me just finish. He was mentally strong. He was prepared. He was perfectly prepared. He was in shape. He was vicious. Nothing was getting inside his head. His eyes, you looked in his eyes back
I'm
then,
going to go next.
all you saw was death. That Tyson would beat Ali.
All right, bro. Okay. I hear you. Now, you're looking at it, right? Let me put it this way. Like, there was never any weaknesses or any fear in Foreman before he went in the ring with Ali. But Ali got in his head. So
no, there was months and months of them sitting in Africa with a bunch of people yelling at Foreman, cursing him, blowing weird shit in his face. There was all kinds of stuff.
He got in his head.
Dogs were getting fucked with. Like, no, that wouldn't happen.
But like, I mean, you just want to say no for the sake of saying no, but he got in his head. Like, you know, you could say all the reasons you want, but like,
they
you know,
postponed that fight for
every
months.
reason. Hold on, hold on. You were saying, "Oh, let me finish." Let me finish. Okay, you were saying, okay, that when it comes to Tyson and his failures, there's all these reasons, right? Oh, he didn't train, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. Like, at the end of the day, I just believe that two things. One, that we already know the way Tyson was, the way you had to be consoled before fights. When
he was a kid.
Hold up. We already know this about Tyson, okay? But I'll add a caveat to it. Even if he doesn't get in his head, I still think it'll be too much for Tyson, because all that talking about, you know, he used his short arms as an advantage. Where was that against, you know, Buster Douglas? Where was all that? Why didn't he just use that as an advantage? The whole
for that. I thought we were talking prime for prime.
That wasn't that far. I'm not that far off from the prime Tyson you're giving me. Yeah, you got to go to Ali.
We know they fired his trainer for that fight. He had no corner. He didn't train. He was in Japan, screwing all kinds of women.
Okay, Sonny Liston was cheating.
Well, boo-hoo when
fucked up for rounds.
Boo-hoo when Ali lost to Frazier. Boo-hoo when Ali lost to fucking Henry Cooper.
Do we want to talk losses? You want to talk losses? Because it's a no contest right now. It's a no contest.
Not only that, can I chime in on one more thing too, Haplotype? You said that he was mentally strong in 1989, yet that was the year he was having all those personal problems outside the ring. He couldn't even hold it together.
Not on that night.
He admitted years later that he was scared going into all these fights. He admitted it years later. He was coked up.
Well, Ali also admitted on Arsenio that Tyson would have beat him.
Outside the ring. He couldn't hold it together.
Can I get a question in real quickly?
Ali admitted that Tyson would beat him on Arsenio.
Yeah, let me just say this. Haplotype, just one question. Prime for prime. Ali versus Tyson. I'm talking about the prime Tyson. I'm talking about the prime Ali, a.k.a. Cassius Clay. Who did Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali, did he lose to anyone on the level of Buster Douglas in his prime? Yes or no?
To me, the prime was definitely Ali and not Cassius Clay.
I'm asking though, did he lose to a fighter on the level of Buster Douglas in his prime? Yes or no?
Henry Cooper.
He didn't lose that fight. He beat him. He knocked him out. What are you talking about?
He cheated. He admitted he cheated.
Wait.
I mean, they all admitted it.
Wait, hold up. So basically, we're going to discuss.
Habitat. What happened in the fight?
No.
Let's go back to the fights. Let's prove where the cheating is. So you told me what happened in the fight.
Okay, Ali gets knocked down.
Mm-hmm.
He's hurt. He can't come out of the corner.
Stop. You're going too far. How did he get to the corner?
Finish?
Yeah, I know, but how did he get to the corner?
He got up. He went to the corner.
Oh, thank you.
He was in another world. Angelo Dundee recognized this. He slit the glove open and said they needed to change the gloves. They took an extra minute or two to do that and gave him time to recover.
Okay, let's go. So what you missed out on is that. What you missed out? What you missed out on?
Ali admitted it.
I heard you, but what you missed out on is that the glove was already ripped already, so he just ripped it a bit more. Furthermore, he got up, so he didn't lay down on the thing. He got knocked down on the belt. He got knocked. Hold up. He got. Hold up. One minute. Right. This is what happened. Right. Because I heard what you said.
Don't make shit up though. Don't make shit up.
I'm but I'm in the UK, so I kind of know what happened, and I've heard all the stuff, right?
You weren't even born yet, so don't make
No, I know it was you, yeah, but no, it was you though. So so why are you still talking? You're arguing with me about something. Yeah, you're trying. You see, you don't want me to talk. You don't want me to talk. You don't want me to talk. So you're just you're filibustering. You don't want me to talk. You're filibustering. Hold on, 1 minute. Hold on, 1 second. I don't know, 1 second.
Hold on.
No. You said you don't want to offend no one. When do you said you don't want to offend no one, but why am I making anybody? Yes, why are you talking about I'm gonna make stuff up? Are you gonna let me finish my point?
Mean, I've never heard.
Are you gonna let me finish my point? Are you talk and now I'm talking? No, I'm not gonna tell you're making stuff up. We're not making up stuff here. So let me finish my point. So what I heard by the accounts of Angela Dundee. Yeah, Angela Dundee, what happened is that the glove was already ripped already. Ali got knocked down, yeah, right? And now in his favor, it's his fighter. He wanted to make sure his fighter had fully recovered, yeah? So he told the commission that the glove was ripped. Now, at that point, the commission said, we can't continue because we need another glove. So they had to go back to the stage and get a new glove. And that's the rules of the commission. So use the rules.
I heard...
Yo, are you gonna let me finish? Are you gonna let me finish?
Sure. Come on, let him finish, bro. Go ahead.
Right, the rule states, yeah, in any boxing commission, if there's a rip in the thing, even tape, the glove has to be replaced. So that's why they will have replaced. Now he got up right in the corner. So let's say the glove wasn't ripped. In your estimation, right? Do you think he wouldn't have come out the corner and beat Henry Cooper? Is that what you're trying to say? Because he got up.
I'm saying
he got up at the bell.
If he had to come out after a minute's rest. Like the rules, he would have been probably knocked out.
Yeah, but by Henry Cooper, how the frig would he got knocked out? Henry Cooper was bleeding at that point. His face was full of blood. When he came, his face was blood. No, listen, Henry Cooper would have never beat Ali in his dreams. He was flat-footed. He only hit Ali. Ali made the mistake and overestimated. And he never after that he wouldn't get a shot in. There's no way. If you're saying that Henry Cooper would have beat Muhammad Ali, bro, I don't know what to say to you, bro. There's no way.
That when you see,
no way, bro.
What I'm saying, it's funny, but what I'm saying,
no, he would never beat him.
He admittedly cut the glove.
He would never beat Henry Cooper would never beat Muhammad Ali. You are absolutely crazy. Right. That is a crazy statement you're making. That is a crazy statement you're making.
A crazy statement?
It is absolutely crazy. Listen. If he was so out, how did he get up?
How did Randy Turpin beat Sugar Ray Robinson?
No. Stick to stuff.
Randy Turpin's a better fighter.
Now we're gonna no. Now we're gonna stick to the subject. No. We're gonna stick to what we say. He's not gonna squeeze out of this. If you're trying to say, and you know boxing, that Henry Cooper would have beat Muhammad Ali, I don't know what to say to you, bro. Muhammad Ali got up, and he went to the corner. Angelo never helped him. He got up. He got up of his own demise and went to the corner. Ali sat him down. Ali, you obviously he sat him down in the corner, and he said to the commission, the gloves ripped. Why that was going on? He got up. Listen, in the same next round. He got up and stopped the fight. He stopped the fight immediately. The fight got stopped immediately after that. The fight got stopped immediately. That was it.
Let me say this really quick. Haplo, you're stuck on that one moment out of like all these fights Ali had. Is that all you have?
I'm just using that as I could go with Fraser. Fraser kicking his ass.
Hold on. Let me finish my point. Okay? That was in 63, bro. They fought again like 3-4 years later. What happened in that rematch?
What they did?
Shit.
What happened in the rematch, Haplo? You can go now.
Yeah, he dipped, man. He did.
I'm just saying.